All right, Supreme Court set to decide number of cases impacting the 2024 presidential election. Let's get started, or rather, let's continue on the same trajectory.
President Donald Trump's lawyers say the Supreme Court should not decide now if he can be put on trial for trying to overturn the 2020 election results. That request to the High Court follows a decision by Colorado's highest court to remove Donald Trump from the state's.
Okay, I'm sorry. If there are this many fucking social engineer and hackers in the chat as they are talking shit, then defend me online, brother. Why can't you guys be my autistic army in the same way that I have the fucking autistic DGG up my asshole? Defend me then. What are you doing? Do some fucking reverse social engineering. Every single goddamn motherfucker in here is like, we love you, man. It's great. It's awesome. Dude, if you ask me, I could hack into Rockstar any day, dude. No. Do it. Do it for me. Where is my fucking paste bin of all my enemies and the idiotic things that they've said, or outright psychopathic things that they said? And God knows there's plenty of them out there. And then you fucking launch a counterattack where you send like literal fucking entire walls of data to any single person that even brings up someone who has wronged me. You know what I mean? We may be autistic, but we're not losers. I'm just saying, dude. What the fuck is this? Everybody's out here talking like they got it, but I don't see it.
Primary ballot, an issue that the justices may have to decide as well. Robert Costa is outside the Supreme Court. We're going to sort all this out, Bob, with you, if you don't mind. There are a lot of court cases involving Donald Trump, but let's focus on the Supreme Court. Can you explain exactly what they're looking at and how you think it will impact the election next year?
Gail, good morning. You know how much I love Iowa and New Hampshire, but it's this building behind me, the Supreme Court, that really could be the place to watch for the upcoming campaign in the 2024 election. The Supreme Court in the coming months could decide the fate of the Republican frontrunner, legally and politically, Donald Trump. Three things to watch. One, the Supreme Court could decide whether Trump is immune from prosecution because he has the status of being a former president. Number two, it's going to possibly decide whether he can appear on the primary ballot in Colorado after that state Supreme Court ruling. And three, if he is convicted of a federal crime of conspiracy against the United States in that case led by special counsel Jack Smith later in 2024, an appeal would be heard here, likely at the Supreme Court.
So far, Bob, all of Donald Trump's rivals have said, listen, we don't want the court involved in this. Let the voters decide. What does that say to you?
It says a lot, Gail. This is a crossroads right now for not only Trump, but for American democracy. So much is on the line. It's a sensitive moment for the Supreme Court, for its institutional credibility with many Americans. Yet most Republican presidential candidates are not weighing in a significant way on all of these legal challenges facing Trump. Nikki Haley, who has been rising in the polls, has been talking about the so-called chaos, her word, around former President Trump, saying it's time for Republicans to move on. And for now, it's not a direct shot, but it is helping her gain some traction. There's a new St. Anselm's poll that shows Trump at 44, her at 30% in New Hampshire. That's pretty much close to what the CBS News poll said. Gail.
All right, Bob Costas reporting live. We thank you. Bob, are you wearing mittens?
Gail, I have to wear mittens. I'm outside. This is my way, Gail. This is my way.
Okay, I'm getting you some gloves for Christmas.
Oh, my God. All right. Here's how independent voters feel about the Colorado Supreme Court removing Trump from the ballot. I heard something about how, like, didn't they poll prospective voters on how they felt about Trump's poisoning, immigrants are poisoning America's bloodline comment. And a decent amount of them were like, oh, I'm more likely to vote for him now because he said that. Americans are awesome, man. We are so out of control. Yeah. It's great.
Talking about Colorado, but we're not in Colorado. So the question is, what do Colorado voters think about the ruling that bars Trump from the primary ballot? Our Gary Tuckman, always quick on the draw, traveled to the state to ask just that.
This coffee shop in Douglas County, Colorado goes by the simple name of coffee.
42% of GOP Iowa caucus goers say poisoning the blood remarks make them more likely to support Trump. 42%. 42% of the GOP Iowa caucus goers heard like Adolf Hitlerian style conversations and statements from Trump, and we're like, that's my shit, dog. That is extremely for me. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I don't know what else to say about it other than, oh my God, that is insane. Only 28% of likely Iowa GOP caucus goers said Trump's poisoning the blood comments made him less likely to support him in the caucuses. 29% said the remark does not matter. So the overwhelming majority, like the overwhelming majority here, either doesn't care or fucking likes it. That's awesome. I mean, what do you say to that? Oh. Do Trump statements make you more likely to support him? The radical left thugs that live like vermin in the U.S. need to be rooted out. 43% said yes. 32% said doesn't matter. Only 23% said, less likely to vote for him. Meanwhile, the absolute fucking buffoons in the Democratic Party are like, oh God, we gotta deal with these guys. We gotta reach across the aisle. These guys are smart. They're great. Good luck. Good luck, dumbass. Guys, we have to, just do 30% less racism than the Republican Party so we can get some of these fucking voters. And it's like, they're never going to vote for you. They're just not. A person that says illegal immigrants are poisoning the blood of America will only switch teams to vote for you if you offer them something. Offer them something beyond racism, because the side that they're voting for is offering them the most unrestricted, unfettered racism that they could ever get. You can't outflank the Republicans on that shit. So what you should do is offer them something else, like health care. Okay? Problem is, Democrats look at this and go, okay, Republicans went low, we'll also go low, but we'll go less low than the Republicans did. And then all you've done at that point is just, lost some other support from the other side who was like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Now I don't want to vote for you either. You're gross. And on top of that, you just basically normalize what the Republicans were saying. What was really frustrating about this immigrant vermin dynamic here, or the illegal immigrants are poisoning the blood of America, was what Chuck Schumer literally said. Chuck Schumer heard the radical left thugs that live like vermin in the U.S. need to be rooted out, and illegal immigrants are poisoning the blood of America. And then the Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer, what did he say? He said, well, he's kind of right, but I don't like the language that he's using. He basically said that. Why did he say that? Because they're trying to push a white nativist immigration package through Congress right now so that we can continue funding the Israeli genocide of Palestinians and the Ukrainian defense. Okay? Chuck Schumer tone police Donald Trump's Hitlerian politics here. I'm not doubting you, Hassan, but what the fuck? Can we see the quote? Yeah, here. Chuck Schumer. Here, it was Igor Bobich that reported on it originally. Let me see if I can find the article.
It's crazy what's going on.
Tommy Tuberville defended it. Obviously, of course he did. Senate Minority Whip John Toon. During Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's press conference, I asked why Democrats were negotiating curtailing immigration. What Donald Trump said and did was despicable, but we do have a problem at the border, and Democrats know we have to solve that problem, but in keeping within our principles. But in keeping with our principles.
What Donald Trump did and said was despicable, but we do have a problem at the border, and Democrats know we have to help solve it.
Do we? Do we? Dumbass? Why the fuck are you saying that? All you basically said is, I don't like the racist way that Trump said it, but he's right. And when you say that, everyone goes, oh, why the fuck would I ever vote for you, asshole? I like the racist way that he's saying it. And now you've also admitted that there is a problem. Why would anyone who believes that there is a massive problem with immigration in this country ever vote for a Democrat, you fucking donkey? Why would they do that? They also like the aesthetics of being openly fucking racist too. They find that to be truthful. They look at you and they go, oh, you're so dishonest. Look at you, classic dishonest Democrat, admitting that there's a problem and then saying the problem like a real American would is actually racist. Well, you're a fucking idiot.
That problem, but in keeping with our principles.
What do you say to the folks, though, on your left? Many of them are concerned about the concessions the president is making, saying this is just going back to Trumpian policies. Is the president giving too much?
Yeah, what I said is, look, we all know there's a problem at the border. The president does, Democrats do, and we're going to try to solve that problem consistent with our principles.
Leader
yes.
So as these border talks